Welcome to the Angelic Hotline, where divine messages are just a call away. Take a deep breath and prepare to receive this activation. So, y'all, welcome back, Divine Collective. So it's interesting coming into this reading because the last reading I did was very silent, I had to put pieces together to figure things out, but this one is very loaded and loud. A lot of synchronicities and 22 on the timer and signs. So I was ringing the bell earlier to cleanse energy, and I saw a door that goes into a shop, like a tailor shop, or maybe a boutique of some sort, a retail space, and how how people keep the bell on the back of the door so that they know that someone's coming in. So when you open the door, the bell goes. That's what I envisioned when I was ringing the bells. That also can be a representation of sometimes people keep bells on the back of the door to just raise the vibration and protect themselves from low vibrational spirits. I'm also seeing the bells that go on the handle of a door. So maybe that is a sense of awareness for you. I also heard, what did I hear earlier? I don't know, but the spirits had me grab a lot of decks. So I have the conversations with your inner self deck, and I also have the astral alignment deck. So maybe you're into astrology, you practice astrology. I feel like you're getting to know your astrological chart and get an understanding. But I think I'm going to actually pull from here first. Ooh, this is cute. Look, y'all, I've used these a couple times, but I have not really dealt with them. So we're going to read from the guidebook. So we're just going to see how the energy flows, y'all. So angels, I'm going to show y'all how cute. Well, they have something to say. Well, look, I guess that's what they want to say, but they're circular. I think it's cute. Okay, so automatically we got the Taurus. Tactile, grounded, and stable. So maybe you're a Taurus. Maybe you are very grounded in your energy. Even underneath that, we have the third quarter moon, breakdown, adjustment, forgiveness. And then I have Aquarius, innovative, rational, humanitarian. Moon phases, Aquarius energy, air, groundedness. Maybe it's in your chart, maybe significant. I'm gonna head over to the guidebook to see what's going on here. So we're gonna start with Taurus. I'm wondering if there's messages attached or if they kind of just tell you a little bit about each sign. This is showing up in the other reading, but I'm hearing ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. So maybe wicked, Elphaba, the Wizard of Oz has something in relation to you. So interesting. So the Taurus card specifically, it says that the tarot deck card that is in relation to it is the Hierophant. So it is a fixed sign, the sign of the bull, earth element, the ruler is Venus, and the mantra is I have. We love that. Okay, so steady and grounded, Taurus is devoted to tactile physical pleasure. Taurus is not afraid to work hard for their desires and root themselves in their values, often reflective of love and beauty and artistry. I'm also hearing beauty industry. I'm also hearing some type of vocal narrator. So maybe, sorry y'all, my alarm went off. Maybe you're a narrator or a voice actress. I'm also hearing cartoonists. I'm seeing Family Guy, American Dad, those type of shows. I also hear, ring the alarm. I've been through this so long, but I'll be damned if I see another chick on your arm. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, they have a heightened sensibility. No. Well, maybe you have a heightened sensibility. Maybe you are on the spectrum or you're neurodivergent, but that's not what I was supposed to say, but maybe that's relative. Okay. They have heightened sensuality through all five senses, and indulging in the finer things in life are well-known Taurus traits. In short, self-care is always a priority because Taurus knows how to keep the cup overflowing with satisfaction. Root yourself in your pleasures and be committed to your craft for the long haul. When you devote yourself, you'll be surprised at what you are able to manifest. So that was Taurus. That's more focused on groundedness, leaning into your pleasures, self-care. Third quarter moon. Y'all, I suck. I should look at the table of contents, but I don't. I appreciate your patience. Because I feel like, I kind of feel bad I ain't pulling cards yet, but like, every reading is different. And so for me, I feel like the energy around this reading is like, sometimes things just don't go as planned, right? Sometimes we assume that things are going to go a certain way or they should look a certain way, but you need to be optimistic and patient about how things will turn out, because no situation is ever the same. You cannot relive the same thing over again. There's something that you have been through that in the past it did not turn out well. And somehow you're back to this same cycle of being through a similar situation, but it's not the same. Maybe it was a relationship, but now it's a different person. Maybe it's a job, but you're having the same energy and the same feeling as the previous job. Maybe it's a business and maybe you're trying to reignite that old business or that old concept, or you're selling the same products, but you're scared that the same thing's going to happen again. But nothing can happen the same. You're a different person than you were back then. You're a new person with new dreams, ambitions, new drive, or new characteristics in this situation. No matter how similar it feels, I feel like that's your nervous system being triggered and remembering the past because you have not addressed what happened previously. So now you're being triggered, your body's going haywire, and you're thinking that this sign of fear is a warning sign and it's a no not to move forward. But I feel like you need to look more into somatic movement, somatic therapy, Reiki healing, energetic healing to help recalibrate your system, to recalibrate your nervous system. By all means, this is not clinical advice. This is not a substitute for therapy. If you really feel like you can't grab hold of it, please do your research or seek help. But this is just spiritual channel that's coming through to confirm maybe some things you have been talking about, or maybe you've been wanting to look into it. This may be a good thing to look into because it could be beneficial to your nervous system. All right. So Aquarius is what we had. Aquarius, innovative, rational, humanitarian. The tarot card is the Star. So the thing I love about the Star, right? The Star card is a replica of a child on a horse. The horse is white, representing purity. They're by water. And it's just like, am I thinking about the Sun card? I'm thinking about the Sun card. So maybe that's significant. The sun and the moon. And I'm looking at the card adjacent to Aquarius is Pisces, and it says tarot card, the moon. So maybe there's a sense of balance. Maybe you're into the sun, the moon, something. Let me just read. This channel is all over the place. Okay. Aquarius is a fixed sign. The symbol is a water bearer, air element. Ruler is Saturn and Uranus. And the mantra is I know. A conduit of mystical healing, Aquarius is future forward, aspiring to change the world through humanitarian ideals and radical thinking. With their out-of-the-box solutions, they are able to connect the dots to affect change and progress. So yes, you know what you're doing. Don't allow fear to prevent you from moving forward. Your body keeps a score, it remembers, but the mind is most powerful. Your body doesn't know the difference between reality and facade. It only remembers to react to things that feel similar. And so because it feels similar, you're going to react. But if you utilize your mind to reprogram your body, talk to it, tell it new thoughts, talk to your body, talk to your body, speak more thoughts, remind it that we are in a safe circumstance. This feels similar to what we've lived before, but it is not. We can't relive something that happened 3 years ago. We can't. We're around different people. We're in a different circumstance. We are a different person. So now we have to figure out how to evolve and to align with this new version of ourselves so we can move forward in understanding that it's okay. It's going to work out this time. You've paid your karmic debt. The cycle is ending. You're only back to a similar situation to remind you of how far you come, to remind you that you get an opportunity. a new opportunity to pivot and to make different and new decisions. I feel like there's also a new person coming back around, or not a new person, an old person or old energy, or a new person coming around that has the old energy or the reminder. What am I trying to say? There's someone new coming into your life that has the energy of an older relationship or an old person that you used to deal with. They kind of remind you about them. The way that they do things. Not necessarily like their personality or anything like that, but there's certain things that they do. Maybe it's with their food, with their hands. Maybe certain like characteristics, how they carry themselves remind you of this person, and it scares you. It triggers you. It's like your antenna's going beep, beep, beep. Like, this is wrong. Fight or flight. Let's run. But spirit is reminding you that, yes, they may have similarities, but this is not that person, right? Maybe your toxic ex used to separate their food on the plate, but just because this new 6:46 on the clock, just because I'm also seeing 666, just because this new person does that does not mean they're going to treat you the way that they treat you. This is just a habit that was similar, but this is not that person, right? And you know that because the energy is different. This is a healthy dynamic. They're not going to treat you the way that that person treats you because they're a completely different human being with a different, trajectory to life. So Aquarius are focused on the collective rather than individual pursuits and prefer to work in teams. Aquarius asks to carry intention into your actions. You are one star among millions, and the actions that you take have a ripple effect in society. Don't be afraid to speak up and share your intuitive ideas, no matter how weird they may seem. Push against the status quo. So the status quo being your old mindset, the status quo being the energy of these old situations and old people that you used to deal with, and challenge your own mind to see differently, to believe differently, to work against what you previously have believed. Because let me tell you one thing about the universe is it has to respond to the things that you put out. And it may not be like right away. It may not be urgent, but it's going to manifest eventually. So the more and more you deposit positive thinking, working on your body, trying to recalibrate your nervous system, it's going to have to respond to that, right? So you're going to get back what you put out. All right, last card, because I'm ready to start pulling some tarot cards. The third quarter moon. Breakdown, readjustment, forgiveness. My phone is ringing. I'm going to have the card back. So yeah, for a sense of, you need to readjust your mindset. And there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to take place as well, because I feel like you're grieving from that old version of yourself or that old situation. In healing this part of yourself, there's a sense of relief, but there's a sense of release that needs to happen in order for you to step into this new person or this new situation that you're going to be in, that you're going to associate with. So you need to grieve that part of yourself, and a part of grieving is forgiveness, okay? The third quarter moon is a phase of readjustment as you break down your intentions to realign yourself in the vibration of your desires. Exactly. The moon is at a 90-degree angle to the sun and earth, half illuminated and half in a shadow. And I feel like that's where you are. You're like borderline past and present. It feels the same, but it looks different, right? So we need to realign and readjust. So I'm seeing like when you're in the phase of a new moon, it's dark, it's black. It's getting ready to turn for a new phase in life. So treat yourself like the phases of the moon. There's different things that are happening, but it's a journey to get to the next. Like, I just see a clock going back up. Also, my vision kind of glitched a little bit. It was fucking weird. Like, I feel like, like a glitch in the Matrix. What is that movie? Disney. Wreck-It Ralph. Video games, distortion. So your view is very distorted of the situation right now. And I can understand that. All right, let me finish this up. At this point in the lunar cycle, subconscious narratives are coming to the surface for you to face, confront, and release. Awareness of your patterns can direct you to make long-lasting change, breaking down for breakthrough. So this is a time for you to begin to change your perspective, start working on reprogramming that mind like we talked about to change the narrative and create long-lasting change. And I don't know if it was this reading. No, it's the last reading where I was talking about how like certain things need to happen in order for you to move forward, right? But right now we're closing out the year of the snake. although it is a new year, astrologically speaking, and you probably already know this, the actual new year is in March when spring begins. So the energy is going to shift from this period of maybe isolation, reflection, rest to forward movement, with it being the year of the horse. It's fire energy. It's constant movement. Where was I going with this? Basically encourage you 11-12 on the timer to do the work now so it will pay off later. So you may not see these rapid results, because when you're working on yourself internally, we're doing the work inside. So sometimes it takes a little bit more time for the inside work to manifest on the outside. But you'd be surprised that when you're in certain situations and things come up, your responses are going to be different. You're going to be impressed by that. So maybe you're triggered in this situation now, but if you encourage yourself to work through this, when you are in this still familiar situation, something similar may come up to remind you that, oh, I responded differently. In the past, old me would have crashed out, but now I have a new perspective of everything works out for my highest good. You know, I can change my perspective and things can turn out differently. Give me a second, y'all. I have to return this phone call. All right. Thanks for your patience. Although this is a video, so it's going to be very quick. Anyways, I also heard roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, or so are you. So I feel like this person, or maybe this situation, we're going to focus on person. Oh, excuse me. This person, by having this preconceived notion about them because of the past, you're not only distorting your view, but you're removing the opportunity for this person to prove you wrong, for them to truly treat you and show up in a way that you've been wanting them to, because you're expecting the worst. And I understand, and I give you space, and I send you love, knowing that this is not an easy feat to get through, but I want you to not only give yourself grace, but give this person the opportunity to be themselves and show up for you in the way that they want to. This is not just romantic. I know you know what kind of relationship it is, but I want to specify, to confirm for someone, that I'm not talking about just a romantic relationship. I'm talking about relationships in general. When you connect with people on any slate, whether it's a sibling, a parental figure, meeting a new person in business or in friendship or in a relationship or whatever, you still have to work through these things and give them an opportunity to prove that they can, not prove, I hate to use that word, but to show you that they are different. And this is not from the lens of they are intentionally trying to be this way to show you that, because they do not know internally what you're going through. But you have to allow yourself to open your heart to be shown by your spirit team that this person is not the same person that you dealt with years ago. This is just a reflection of what you've been through, and to show you that things are different now for you. And so the cards that I just pulled, yep. King of Cups in reverse, untrustworthy, withdrawn, emotional turbulence. So this is the energy that you're feeling like is going to come your way. You've dealt with situations where you felt like you couldn't trust that person. They gave you a reason why you shouldn't trust them. It was a lot of emotional turbulence. It was a lot of trials and tribulations. But this person is not going to do that for you. Do that to you, or do that for you. Pulling the Temperance card, I want to read the affirmation attached to it. Is I can manage my needs and resources wisely to create harmony. And this represents balance, peace, calm, self-control, cooperation with others. So allowing yourself to be in that state of balance, to understand, this feels familiar. And the familiarity is very uncomfortable. And it reminds me of something terrible. But how can I take control of the situation within myself to respond differently? How can I show up in a way that opens my heart again? And I think a part of this is, and I know you don't want to, because in your past situations, you've been rejected when it comes to communicating your needs and the things that, going back to, I'm drawn back to it. I can manage my needs and resources wisely to create harmony. When you've communicated the things that you need, it was responded with rejection, right? Or maybe gaslit or manipulated. They were manipulating in some way. But if you tell this current person how you're feeling, like, look, I'm really excited to get to know you, to connect with you, to build 333 on the timer, to really just try something new, but I'm really having a hard time navigating this relationship or this situation because it reminds me of my past. And I'm trying to work through certain things that are coming up for me. So I ask that you have patience with me, or even just saying, hey, look, I'm a little nervous to meet new people. You ain't gotta tell your business if you're not comfortable. Maybe you're just not there yet. It's just like, I'm getting used to meeting new people, and I ask that you have patience with me because sometimes I can be a little shy or something. I don't know. You'll figure out what to say, but just be honest and communicate your feelings, and just your authenticity trumps all. And if the person responds negatively, they're not for you, which I highly doubt they will, because two things can't happen the same. Two things can't happen again, like the same thing can't happen again. I just heard, I dropped my marbles. I don't know where that's from, but that's just what I heard. Like I don't know. Back in the 80s, they used to play marbles. And so when I was younger in the 90s, we would play marbles. I would go to Dollar Tree and would get the marble set to play marbles. So I'm just seeing people shooting marbles, or just marbles or something just falling out of your purse. Funny, because I drew these cards previously in the last reading, and I could have sworn I shuffled, which I did, but I'm getting the Chariot in reverse, the Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and then I have I'm not even going to give y'all the number because I don't be knowing in my mind how to count these things. But I'm just going to show you the Chariot in reverse. All of this is just lack of expectation, lack of just you feeling like you are not qualified for this situation or this relationship because of everything that have happened to you in the past. But now's the opportunity for you to lean on this person and allow them to help you, allow them to guide you, allow them to be there for you. I feel like the person that you're connecting with is, why do we keep focusing on this person? Angels, y'all will not let me move from this. I just think there's something where it must be the situation that y'all are in. But they're going to get it. They're going to understand. They know because they've been there, okay? And it's not a coincidence. Let me turn this light on, y'all, because the sun's starting to set. All I'm hearing is, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. All of my obstacles aren't in my way. I don't know if that's how it goes. Maybe you have to listen to it. Maybe it resonates. I see a light shining from my thing. So let me change this view because I don't like that light, but I don't know. Maybe it's light because you need to see it. You can finally see the light. It's time for you to see the light, to see clearly, to open your eyeballs. Okay? Pay attention. Spirit team is giving you signs as well. Pay attention. And I'm feeling a little gassy, a little backed up. So you might have some backed up energy caught up in you from the semantics. Not semantics. From your past, y'all. I'm going to get this reading to you by any means necessary. I got the notification that my storage is full on my phone. That never happens. But for some reason, I guess it never happens until it happens, right? But anyways, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but allowing yourself to communicate with said person and being open and honest with them, and they will understand because they've been through the same thing. So the card that I pulled was, teamwork and collaboration, apprenticeship. Then also it was the Lover's card. It was the Lover's card. Not the Lover's card. Jesus. I am all over the place. And maybe this is your energy. I don't know. But, I just feel like, y'all, I was 2 seconds from, saying fuck it. But I was like, no, they need to hear this message. I cannot encourage you not to give up. And I give up myself, right? So, teamwork, collaboration, focused effort. I got the 2 of Cups, which represents unity. But it was in reverse. So 111 on the timer. So I can sense that there's a lot of resistance, but no need to fear. You have endless choices, endless opportunities, and they're going to give you this by just communicating. When you communicate and be open and honest with this person or these people of how you're feeling, you will see that they will be there to support you. And you will also see that there are endless amounts of ways that you can navigate this situation because you're taking the blinders off and you're allowing yourself to stay focused on, a better outcome than what was previously, instead of what previously happened to you. Angels, please let me communicate this clearly without any further interruptions. Jeez Louise. All right. Remember I said that the year of the horse represents fire, Knight of Wands. Rapid fire, rapid movement. Things are going to be happening. Once you break through this, I keep hearing the fourth wall. Once you break through the fourth wall, and I feel like this fourth wall is spirit, right? Spirit is observing you and seeing you outside of what you can see. They see you from an aerial view. So when you break through the fourth wall and communicate with them to get a higher perspective on what's going on and how you can navigate things, you'll be tapped in deeper with your intuition to utilize that intuition to see beyond what is possible for you. So utilizing, not only leaning into, once you begin healing yourself with somatic movement, maybe semantics is relevant, you'll start seeing that you have this intuitive ability to sense things before they happen, or maybe pay attention to confirmations and things that your spirit team communicates with you, so that way it'll help you moving forward to navigate situations, right? And so when your vessel is clear, you can use your intuition to understand, okay, instead of leaning into fear, I'm like, okay, this is a good person, they're good for me, 3:11 on the clock, and they don't have any ill intent. Ace of Pentacles. I want you to think of the Pentacles as knowledge, wisdom, confirmations. Your spirit team wants to give you these things. They want to give you clarity. They want to help you. My left ear's ringing. They want you to help you get unstuck from this situation. So lean on them. Break the fourth wall. Have that sense of, the sense of clarity that you're looking for. Easier said than done, right? But you can do it. I believe in you. You got this. I know you're like, oh, girl, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I've been through it. Take me through that. Take me through there. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you've been through some shit. And I get it. I get it, right? I get it. Judgment card in reverse. Guilt, self-hate, inner critic. Conflict. Battles. Missed opportunities. Sorrow. Shattered dreams. I get it. I feel you. We here. I've been through it too. But I want to encourage you to keep going, to shift your perspective. That's it for tarot. I'm going to pull this Conversations with Inner Self, pull a card from there to challenge you to have a perspective shift. But we're going to do it a little differently, right? So there are two decks. I'm going to say left and right. So take a moment in your mind to decide if you want to receive a message from the left or the right. And then I'm going to pull from either side, and hopefully it resonates with whatever you decide. All right, so message on the left. Emotional release. What I tell you, boo? You need to release. So as a part of you going on this journey to recalibrate and heal your nervous system, I want you to think, what activities help you release pent-up emotions? These emotions of the people that did you wrong, that have you second-guessing the good things in your life. What pissed you off about them? How can you release that? These pent-up emotions. What activities help you release? So you don't even have to go on like this newly adventure. I mean, you can if you want. But if trying new things makes you nervous, think about currently what you do to release your emotions. Maybe it's a long drive, listening to your favorite playlist, singing your heart out to a heartbreak song, because that just helps you get through whatever it is that you're experiencing. Maybe it's a nice hot shower, a nice bath. And then you just expound upon that. I'm hearing create some type of emotional release self-care routine for yourself. After you release these emotions and you do that activity, take care of yourself. It makes me think of aftercare. Maybe that resonates. Aftercare is something very prominent in the BDSM community. So if that resonates, aftercare resonates. But you need aftercare for after your release, because there's so much purging that happens within your body. That's what I heard earlier, purge. So much purging that happens in your body that we don't feel like we can't. Okay, so when you're emotionally releasing, you're releasing a lot of energy. Emotions are energy in motion. The energy is coming out of you. It's being released from your aura. You can't see it. You might not energetically feel it, but it's going to take some time for you to recoup from that, right? So after a purge, taking care of yourself allows you to ground your energy, take care of yourself. It even may feel strenuous if it's a cry, or if it's a scream, or if it's anger, you may feel that side effects. So take that time to heal your heart and take care of yourself. All right? All right, so the right side message. Happiness. What makes you feel the happiest, and how can you move toward that happiness right now? So when you've gone through a lot of things, it's hard to see the good in the situation. But what makes you happy? What makes you feel happy? Just take some time to do that. Take some time, look, creativity as well. How can you channel your shadows in creative activities? I feel like if you're having a hard time finding that happiness, get creative with it. Creativity doesn't have to be, I go paint. It doesn't have to be something physical, because I feel like you're saying, well, I'm not creative. I'm not an artist. I don't paint. I don't do this. I don't do that. You don't have to be, what am I trying to say? You don't have to be an artist or perform art to be creative. Creativity is just, I feel like I'm feeling like alchemization, right? Alchemization of the mind, right? Maybe you're very intellectual and you just love coming up with new ideas for things, right? And so you just jot them down. That's creativity. Maybe you have business ideas. Maybe you have new ideas on how to create a new life for yourself. Utilize that as creativity. Maybe you like coloring, a coloring book. Just try little things. You don't have to have this thing that you're doing that's going to be your outlet completely. Just go to the store, go get you a coloring book from the Dollar Tree. Maybe you go to a painting party, a paint and sip. Maybe you do jot down creative ideas for your business. Just taking the time to alchemize the energy of release, because even though the left message may have not been for you, it still resonates in this entire reading, because there is a lot of things within your nervous system that are blocked and trapped because of the lack of release. So I feel like it all goes back to finding new ways to deal with your nervous system, finding new activities to release these things, because Spirit is telling me to remind you again, after you do your emotional release and purging, you need to have aftercare. And as a part of the aftercare, you can partake in other activities. Damn, I sound like I'm talking about sex. Maybe y'all minds be in the gutter. Maybe y'all horny. But partake in activities that transmute that energy. So now you released it. How can I turn this energy into something that's for my highest good? Happiness. Creativity sparks happiness. Creativity births new energy. So leaning into these activities that make you feel good or help you, I don't know, I did that, but open up your heart chakra, it allows you to lean more into this regularly as you practice. And I just feel like the last thing I need to say is, they're telling me like, well, how can I do this when it's happening in real time? Like, so when you're feeling angry, how can I transmute that energy right away? Maybe I'm not in a space to transmute it. Maybe you're at work, someone pissed you off. Maybe you're with the person and you feel triggered. Ooh, my God. What is happening? This reading is all over the place. It's kind of irking me. But, y'all, I'm so sorry. It's not you, it's me. But no, maybe that's what you tell them. Like, when you're being triggered in the moment, it's not you, it's me. No, don't say that. But communicate, like, I'm feeling really triggered right now. Can I just take a moment to just step away from this conversation? Or maybe you are at work and something pissed you off. Deep breaths to get through the situation. And when you have time, take you a bathroom break and go take some deep breaths. Because You deserve the opportunity to take care of yourself in the way that you need to. And I know life is really fast, and sometimes we feel like we don't have an option, but you do. Like, I work a job just like you work a job. And sometimes when I'm at the job stresses me out. So I go to the bathroom and I sit in there for about 15 minutes. It ain't nobody business what I'm doing in there. I'm sitting up there scrolling on my phone or doing deep breaths to release myself and to ground myself. But if anybody asked, I was taking a shit. But that's not their business. Ain't nobody gonna ask me to use the bathroom. So you see what I'm saying? So even if you're in a situation, and I used to feel like, no, I can't take a break. I gotta keep doing. No, do what you need to do. If you need to go outside, you know what? I work in the office. I'm gonna go take out the trash. I just feel like I want to clean up. Like finding certain things around the workplace. I don't know why I'm being led to say workplace, but finding things around the workplace that can give you just like a moment to yourself. Maybe getting up and walking during your break or during your lunch break. Maybe instead of sitting and eating with your colleagues, you decide to go eat in your car and listen to music, or I don't know, stuffy. Or going back to the cleaning component, maybe, you just cleaning is your meditative state. You love doing it at home, so why not clean your office while you're at work? Just find little things. So thank y'all. I hope this message aligns with you. If it does and you want to get it in front of more people, please like, comment, share, and subscribe because we're building our community. If you want to continue to be in the energy of the Divine Collective, head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Asha's Wellness Garden. If you need a more in-depth reading tailored to you specifically, I do readings. Go to ashaswellnessgarden.com. All the links and everything that you need to know are going to be in the description. And I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Yeah, I'm just thinking like y'all may not get reading for the next couple of days because I'm going to be on my book tour. So I might not see y'all till Monday. Okay, love you. Bye.